Proctor. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for being with me today. We're going to talk about how to get started here, how to dominate your marketplace, even if you don't have a lot of money. And I can talk about this because that's exactly what happened to me. Many of you know my story. I started in real estate with no money, no experience. I'd never sold anything in my life before. In fact, when I said to my dad I was going to get into real estate, even my own father tried to talk me out of it. You see, my dad was in real estate for 20 years, and he knew how difficult this business was. And he sat me down. He says, "Craig, really, what chance do you have?" I dropped out of college. I dropped out of university. I had no confidence. I had no money. In fact, I was living at home with my parents. But a miracle happened. Within 3 years, I was named the #1 Remax agent in the world. And really, honestly, all my success came in about 24 months because the first year of my real estate career was a bit of a disaster. And I'll tell you why my first year of real estate was a disaster. Because a mistake that many of us make is when we get into this business, we look around at what all the other agents are doing and we copy. I did what my broker told me to do. I did what my dad, who was in real estate for 20 years, told me to do. And they meant well. Honestly, they meant well. But they told me to go cold calling and door knocking and sit in open houses. And I was failing as a real estate agent. I did not like this. This is not what I signed up for. Let me know if that's you. Let me know if you were a little bit disappointed when you got into real estate because it wasn't what you thought it was going to be. Well, that's what happened to me. So I'm going to talk to you today about the big change I made after the first year in real estate. See, I got to the point where I was almost ready to quit, to leave real estate. But the problem I had nowhere else to go. I had nowhere else to go when I was failing in that first year. So I had to figure out how to make real estate work. So that's what we're going to talk to you today about. I'm going to share my story and exactly what I did to turn my business around and within 24 months be the #1 Remax agent in the world. If you haven't checked in already, please do that. Let us know the city and the area that you service. We got a lot of referrals here in Craig Proctor world, and we'd love to send some to you. You know, the biggest battle real estate agents are fighting is obscurity. So let us know who you are, what marketplace you're in. Don't be shy. Check in, tell us that you're here with us today. Okay, so what did I do to get started? First thing I realized is that my marketing, I did not understand marketing. I did not know how to get buyers and sellers calling me. And since I hated calling them, I hated prospecting and cold calling, I needed to figure out a way to get buyers and sellers to call me. Now, I had a problem. I had no money. So what do you do when you have no money? How do you market? How do you advertise? I'm going to show you today what you should do. Now, the good thing for all of you is you have tools today like social media, like what we're doing right now, that were not available when I started in real estate. So I'm doing a presentation right now, and I'm going to try to do a darn good presentation, but this isn't costing me any money, right? And so my strategy with real estate agents is I want to provide you really helpful information. And at the end of our session here, hopefully you know a little bit more about me, and hopefully you feel like, well, Craig really knows his stuff, and that helps me get clients. Well, we can do the same thing for you, right? You know a lot more about buying and selling real estate than the prospects, right? So you can go live, you can create good content, and we can talk about the content here in a minute. And then very inexpensively, you can push this helpful content out to your sphere of influence. Okay, so here's how you would do this. For example, in your phone, you probably have 500, 700, you could have 2,000 contacts. You can take your sphere of influence, everyone you know, all your past clients, all your friends and relatives, you can upload their contact information into Facebook and create a custom audience. So for example, today, if I feel I did a good job here today with this video, I can take this presentation and I can push this video presentation out on Facebook as an ad, this video as an ad for about 2 pennies a piece. It's really, really inexpensive. And I would send this video out to all the real estate agents that have watched my prior stuff. Because the beauty with Facebook is right now, all of you have been pixeled by Facebook. So I don't know who you are, but Facebook does, right? So that means that I can build this invisible list that gets bigger and bigger and bigger every single day with every real estate agent that visits my business page and they engage with my stuff. You can do the same thing. Okay, so what kind of topics could you be talking about? You could be talking about how to prepare your home for sale. Let me know in the comments below, how many of you believe that you've got the experience, you've got the knowledge that you could help a seller, you could give them advice, inexpensive things that they could do, where they could sell their home for maybe $8,000 to $10,000 more. You know, inexpensive things like maybe neutralizing the house. They're getting a weird colored paint. They can paint over that. They can clean the carpets or replace the carpets. They could move the furniture around, do a little bit of landscaping, right? So that's something that you know how to do. And it's something that you do for your clients anyway, right? How about this? When someone sells their home, there are associated costs with selling the house, right? So there's the real estate commission. If you've got a mortgage, you get a discount. You got to you've got to pay off your mortgage. There might be a penalty. So there's all these associated costs. So what you could be talking about in your video are all the associated costs when you're selling your house. And that the most important number for the home seller is what they're going to net in their pocket. Okay, everyone's talking about what their house is going to sell for, but you also can go a level deeper and you can talk about not only what your home will sell for, but what you'll net in your pocket. So there's all kinds of good information that you have. How do I buy a house when I already own a home? How do I get the very best financing? The questions these questions are asked to you all the time, right? So you know the things that interest buyers and sellers. So I started back in the day offering information. Now, how I did it way back in the day is I did it with newspapers and print. So I would write like an editorial piece. It looked like news, but it was really a lead generator. It was unbranded marketing, less branded, offering good information. I wasn't promoting Craig Proctor, the real estate agent. I was offering really good information that buyers and sellers wanted, and I got them to call me. See, that was the success, is figuring out how to inexpensively, because I had no money, and automatically get buyers and sellers coming to me. Well, it got to the point where I couldn't even go out on all the appointments. Okay, and that's when I knew I had dominated my marketplace, and I started to hire a team. In fact, I was the first agent in the country. I was never a broker, but I was the first real estate agent to hire other real estate agents and create this team when I never owned a brokerage, right? I was the first person to do that. So I started to expand my team, and I sold 100 homes, and I sold 200 homes a year, and then 300 homes a year, 400, 500, and I got it to 600 homes every single year. So what I was able to figure out is really effective ways of getting buyers and sellers contacting me. And then eventually I was able to leverage myself by hiring other people to go meet with the buyers and sellers. Now I want you to think about this. How many homes could you sell if it really had nothing to do with you? So the rainmaker activity for me was working on the marketing. So I want you to think about, what are your offers going to be? Some of you are doing marketing and advertising right now, and it's not working well for you. A lot of you are buying leads. What's the problem with buying leads from Zillow or wherever? Well, first of all, it's not really a lead. It's scraped information, right? That's why when you call the prospects, they don't know what you're talking about, right? Zillow is selling those leads to 5 real estate agents and 5 mortgage brokers. The other problem, of course, as you know, is it's almost impossible to get people on the phone. That's why you need them calling you, because it's very, very difficult to reach them on the phone. If you called 100 Zillow leads, you might only reach 3 or 4 of them, right? So that's a lot of manual grunt labor, calling. And then when you finally reach them on the phone, they don't know what you're talking about, or they say, I didn't request that, or, somebody was playing with my phone. So the key is, the real lead is the lead that calls you. Somebody that you can't reach, we can agree is not a lead. How can that be a lead? If you can't get them on the phone, you have no opportunity. So your issue is getting to face to face with buyers and sellers that are motivated and ready to buy and sell now. That's what you need. And you need a system to do that. Well, that's what happened to me. How else did we explain my overnight success? Think about this. From the day I got my license, within 36 months, I was the #1 Remax agent in the entire world. Not the country, the entire world. How was that even possible? Was I the most experienced? No. There was nothing special about me. I was in a normal marketplace. I wasn't in a big city or anything like that. It was the marketing. Okay, so you want to be a student of marketing and you want to improve your offer. Let me give you some advice on the offer part of it. Today, with everything online, if your advertising, if your offer is something that the buyers and sellers can find on the internet, how many of you would agree they're probably not going to call you? How many of you would agree that when, even if you want to go out to dinner and you've never been to a restaurant before, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to Google it, right? You're going to do a bit of research. Well, buyers and sellers can find out all the homes that are for sale on MLS. They can find out all the solds. So if your big offer, for example, to a buyer is, oh, I'm going to email you the daily updates of the homes on the MLS, the buyer says, I don't need you because I can get that information on the internet. If you say to the buyer today, well, I'm a really good negotiator, if you work with me, not only can I send you the houses that are on the internet that you can find on your own, but I'm also a really good negotiator. And the buyer says to you today, but now that I know on the internet who has the house listed, I can go around you, I can deal directly with the listing agent, and I can probably save more money without you. What do you say to that? This is why you need to be offering things that the buyers and sellers cannot find by themselves on the internet. So let me give you an example. What about if you offered unlisted and off-market properties? Now, I know a lot of you are going to think, well, that's a pocket listing. I'm not allowed to do this. No, we're not talking about houses that are hidden that you have listed or anything like that. What we're talking about is if you could say to a buyer, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, I can get you access to the homes that are on the internet, the homes that are on the MLS. But as you've probably determined, a lot of those homes, the good ones, are already sold before you even know about them, right? They're sold. And you feel like you're dealing with the leftovers, picked over, overpriced listings. And that's how buyers feel today. There's a lot of buyers that would move. They have a house to sell and they would like to make a move, except for one problem. They can't find a house. Let me know if that's your issue right now. You've got people that would move. You got somebody that has a house. They would list their home and they would buy another house if they could find the other home. But that's the sticking point, is they can't find a property, so they're not going to list theirs. Even if you gave them 10% more than what their house is worth, they're not going to list it because they have nowhere to go. They would be homeless. So when you say to a buyer, hey, not only can I get you access to the homes on the MLS, I can also get access to unlisted and off-market homes. And the buyer would say, well, how does that work? Like, can you send me a list, or can you send me a link or pictures of these homes? And you would say, well, no, I don't have them listed. How it works is you simply tell us what you're looking for, what neighborhood that you're interested in, and we would use our specific target marketing. We would go to that neighborhood and we would find homeowners that have not yet listed their home for sale, but are interested in selling. Now, you might think, well, why would a homeowner want to do that? Why wouldn't they just list it on MLS? Well, that's why we have a lot of iBuyer companies, right? There's a percentage of homeowners that don't like the regular hassle of selling their home. They don't like that process. That's why they call an iBuyer company. They get an immediate cash offer. They don't have to make any repairs. They can pick their closing date and so on. Well, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for homeowners that have not yet listed their home for sale. Now, we are not listing their house either. So that's why this can't be considered a pocket listing. We're not listing their home, so we're not hiding anything. We find sellers that want to sell, and we introduce our buyer. Now, we show you how to protect yourself so you get paid. So the buyer likes this because the buyer is getting priority access to homes that nobody else knows about. So when you can say to a buyer, hey, I can get you access to off-market properties, and you will literally be the only buyer that knows about this property, that's a good offer, right? Now they're interested in talking to you. Where before, when you're saying, well, I can get you access to the houses on the internet, they're like, I don't need you for that. So that's my advice. I want to teach you really, really good offers. You've got to offer stuff that they really, really want that they can't get on their own. So this is what I teach real estate agents to do. And we have a whole list of things that buyers are really, really interested in. Like, here's another example, a list of new construction properties. They can't go to the internet and find this stuff. We assemble a list. We work with local builders. We show you how to do this. And if you could say to the home buyer, hey, not only can I get you access to the homes that are on the MLS, the internet, I can also get you access to unlisted and off-market homes, and I can also get you access to the best new construction properties. We have access to the 5 most popular models from the 4 top builders here in town. Now we're talking. You're offering something they want. They will come to you. Now, if they're not coming to you, it simply means you don't know how to do it. Does that make sense? Look, the proof is in the pudding. I sold over 10,000 homes. I mean, who am I, right? I'm no different than you. Remember, never sold anything in my life. Had no, no marketing, or I do nothing when I got into real estate. Remember, my own father told me, don't do this. So I was dumb as a pile of rocks. I got into real estate, copied what everyone else does, did what my broker told me to do, cold calling, door knocking, doing open houses, complete failure. Then I took marketing in my own hands. I studied direct response marketing, and I started to apply what they taught me. Well, you see the result of this. Now, this is transferable. What I do is totally transferable to you. If this is making sense, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments. Does this make sense? Okay. You're a good agent. And what you believed is if you get into real estate and you work hard and you're honest and you do a good job for your clients, that should be enough, right? That's what we believe, but it's not. There are a lot of hardworking, honest, really good real estate agents that are starving to death, because if you don't have people to sell to, you are going to fail. It's kind of like in your town, maybe there's a hole in the wall restaurant. Okay. The food is really, really good. The service is great, but nobody knows about this restaurant except for the local people, right? Well, that restaurant could go out of business. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, there's a big franchise restaurant where the food's not that good, the service isn't that good, but they stay in business. So this is all about marketing. And when you get your marketing act together, you will experience what I experienced. I had so much business, I physically couldn't go out on all the listings. Now, believe me, I tried. Remember, I had no money, so I tried the best I could, working 7 days a week, but that gets old. Some of you watching this right now, that's your strategy, right? Work harder, work harder, work harder. It's a tough grind. Life is short. You want to figure out how to have your cake and eat it too. So you got to get your business in order, because if your business is improved, it'll make your life better. If your business sucks, your life kind of sucks, right? So that's what I had to figure out. Now, what have I been doing over the last 25 years? I've been sharing my systematic way to do this with over 30,000 agents. That's what I do now. It's very gratifying because I get real estate agents all the time saying, Craig, you changed my life. Now, I sold over 10,000 homes over a 20-year period. And, you know, I got testimonials and people said, hey, Craig, you did a great job. But I didn't have buyers and sellers saying, you changed my life. So I find this very gratifying that we can take an agent as long as you're determined and you're coachable, and we can show you exactly what to do. There's a best practice for all of this, right? There is a best methodology to generate the leads. There's a system to this. What do I say to the leads? We have a script. We have a process that we walk you through. Here's how you determine the motivation and the timing of the buyers and sellers. Here's what you offer buyers and sellers so they want to, first of all, call you and they want to meet with you. Now you're sitting at the kitchen table. Here's how we can make the presentation better. Here are the key ingredients to a really awesome listing presentation and buyer presentation. And when you get all that right, your business starts to mushroom. It starts to grow like crazy. Then we can talk about getting some help. Now, it depends on how big you want to build this thing. Some of you might say, well, I want to go from $50,000 a year to 100. That's easy. I want to go to 100 to 200,000, or I want to make $1 million. I have more millionaire agents than any other coach or trainer or guru that I've created. They didn't come to me making $1 million a year. They came to me, in most cases, just like me when I started. They were hungry for success. They didn't have money. They didn't know what to do. They were frustrated, but they were determined to be successful. Now, what I'd like to offer you is a free consultation with me and my team. If someone can type in below, proctorsupport.com. This is a free call, proctorsupport.com, no space. If you can type it in below, we'll ask you some questions about your business. Okay, we'll get to know you. Okay, what are you doing now? What's your production? We'll ask you, why do you do it that way? Because you have a reason why, and it might be your reason for doing what you do might be, I don't know, that's what my broker told me to do, or I copied this other agent. We're going to try to find holes in your business. So whatever you're doing now, let's agree, it's getting you the results that you're getting. And you come to me and you say, but Craig, I want better results. Well, that simply means you can't keep doing it the way you're doing it. And I know what you think. You believe that the secret is to work harder, right? Like if I'm doing 25 deals a year and I want to do 40, I just work, 7 days a week instead of 6 days. No, that's not how we do this. We got to blow this thing up and we got to reinvent this if you want to have a really successful business. I am not talking to you about doing more cold calls or more open houses or chasing more FSBOs or more expireds or whatever you're doing now. We want to replace it with smart, modern marketing and systems that do the attraction and the conversion for you, even while you're sleeping, even while you're playing with your kids or doing whatever you like to do. We have to make success easier for you, because if it's not easy, you're not going to stick with the plan. Think about it. How many of you have been on a diet? If the diet's difficult, nope, you don't stick with the diet. It's a workout routine. I had a guy 10 years ago, was like a personal trainer. He'd come over to my house and almost kill me every day. But that wasn't, wasn't duplicatable. It wasn't sustainable. You need a system that does the heavy lifting for you. And that's what we have here. So book your call. It costs $0. Nothing weird going on here. No big sales pitch. We would say, here's what we got for you. This is how we would help you fix your business. And you can say, hey, we're either interested or we're not interested. But wouldn't it be worth it? Maybe there's some things you know really well, but maybe there's some other things that you don't know. What if you learned just a couple of ideas? What if you learned a few things that you don't know about? If you've enjoyed this, smash the like button. Smash the like button right now. You can also share this video with other people that you know, other realtors that might benefit from this. I'd like to also invite you to my private Facebook group. Okay, I have a private Facebook group where we have about 8,000 top agents. Now, some of them are Craig Proctor members, means they pay me a lot of money and they're making $1 million a year, some of them more than that. But we also have people like you that kind of know me, but you don't really know me. You're not paying me a penny. it serves my best interest to have you talk to other agents that are super successful with the Craig Proctor system. That's free for you. If you want to join my private group, type into the comments below, private group. Do that right now. Type in private group and I'll get you an invitation and you can start to mix with Craig Proctor members that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars a year. And you can start having conversations that you're not having now. Think about this. To be more successful, you've got to start thinking thoughts that you're not thinking. You've got to start speaking to people that you're not currently speaking to. And you need to start doing things that you're not doing. You need the vision. We've got the vision, folks. We've got the plan for you here. Everything you want to do in real estate already exists. It's already been being done right now by thousands of Craig Proctor members all over the country. All you need to do today is say maybe. Join the private group and book your call with me right now. Okay, proctorsupport.com. Just click on the link. You'll go to my Acuity Day Timer. Pick a day and a time that works for you, and we'll have a conversation, get to know you a little better, and we can show you what we can do for you. I want to thank you so much for watching this. Again, if you found this helpful, go ahead and smash the like button. Maybe give me a little heart. Okay, and share this with other agents you might know. Maybe you want to share it with your broker owner, because I'm sure your broker wants to help the other agents in your office. So anyway, this is Real Estate Coach Craig Proctor. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you found it extremely helpful, and we'll see you again next time. Have yourself a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Hi, this is Craig Proctor. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed that video. And listen, I've got a lot more information for you to help you grow your real estate business. You see, several times a week, I record new videos and I load them onto this YouTube channel. What I'd like you to do, if you'd like to access them, are two important things, and both are totally free. Number one is I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. You're going to see a little subscribe button for you to click on. And if you don't already have an account with YouTube, it's free for you to set it up. It's really easy, it's free, but you've got to subscribe to this channel. And the most important thing is to ring the little bell right next to the subscribe button. And that's gonna let you know every time I load new money-making videos to help you grow your real estate business. So make sure you subscribe right now, you ring the little bell, and we'll see you on the next video.